have 7 short blasts, followed by 1 prolonged blast on the whistle. If you hear the signal, please make your way to the life jacket assembly point, following the assembly station direction signs displayed. The crew will be on hand to give instructions and advice. Please note that smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not permitted. Cyclists to alight after all foot passengers have left the vessel. Please be aware that at low tide, the link span passenger bridges will be at a steep angle. This time of day is called low water. You may have
including the Three Graces, Wallasey Town Hall, the Mersey Tunnel's ventilation shafts, Camel. Seacombe is the gateway to New Brighton and offers the opportunity to walk along the coastal promenade to New Brighton, which is about 2.5 miles. From Saturday the 19th of July all the way to Sunday the 31st of August, you can travel to New Brighton by open top bus. Seacombe is also home to Eureka Science and Discovery, a visitor attraction designed for children and young people up to 14 years old. The link between Liverpool and the Wirral shorelines. Pier Head, our starting point, takes its name from the long stone pier which once jutted out into the river from the shore next to the Sailors' Church, the Church of Our Lady and St Nicholas. You can see the church at the back and to the left of the
Liverpool's unique character has been influenced by a diverse mix of races and nationalities, and this has produced a pup nest came to dominate transatlantic slavery until its abolition in 1807. The growth of the United States of America provided Liverpool with growing volumes of trade, and new docks opened on the Mersey in quick succession. 1,000 Irish people lived in the city, and in the following years during the Great Famine, over 1.5 million people crossed the Irish Sea, many of whom an estimated 75% of them trace their heritage to Ireland. You can find more information on this at the museum. Between 1830 and 1930, over 9 building with the huge staircase is Wallasey Town Hall. The building was actually built back to front, so that the front could face the river. To the left of the town hall, and behind the trees, it obviously had an unusual quality because between 1908 and 1957, 205 national that at low tide, the link span passenger bridges will be at a steep angle. This time of day is called low water. You may have difficulty if you have reduced mobility, so please ask for help if required, and take care. Photography and filming may take place during this cruise, and may be used for the purpose of promoting Mersey ferries online, in print and on social media. The ferry service as we know it today was created by the engineer William Carson, who in 1863 constructed the floating landing stages. As a thriving port, this city was a hub for entertainment and leisure, and the Mersey ferries played a significant role in that tradition. From its arrival in 1951, the Royal Iris was... If you're interested in finding out more about the Beatles, you can visit the award-winning attraction, The Beatles Story, which is based at the Royal Albert Dock. It took 9 years to build Queensway, and it was opened in 1934 by King George V and Queen Mary. Far down below us now are the road and rail tunnels.
Birkenhead was the first town in Europe to operate a dedicated passenger tramway, and the first ever public park was built here, an idea of William Laird, the famous shipbuilder. It was paid for by the council, one of the finest Victorian squares in Britain, and which apart from Trafalgar Square, has the most Grade 1 listed buildings in one place in Britain.
The construction hall that you can see is one of the largest in Europe, and in recent years has seen a number of major fabrication projects, including the building of the triplex for the new £100 million. In 2015, Cameron won the construction contract, and it was the largest commercial shipbuilding project in the country, providing scientists with state-of-the-art facilities to research the oceans, seafloor, ice and atmosphere. Its missions are critical for understanding and making sense of our changing climate.
She had an amazing history. She laid the first Atlantic telephone cable, killed her first captain, and had 4 mutinies. She had 5...
and then pumped 10 miles upriver to the oil refinery at Stanley, the second largest refinery in England. We are now off Rock Ferry, which from the early 1800s houses the privately owned Rock Park, fronting the river. As the century progressed, an esplanade was built, linking Rock Ferry to New Ferry, and the area developed into a day trip resort. The American novelist and short story writer Nathaniel Hawthorne lived at Rock Park with Paul Russell in Liverpool. An extract from his diary reads, "At Rock Ferry, there was a great throng forming a scene not unlike the 4th of July. There were children and infants riding on the donkeys at a ferry ride." The hotel to which Hawthorne refers was the Royal 49. The ferry service was discontinued. The area gradually deteriorated. The old pier was replaced by a jetty connected with trunk. Projects of vivid display of life radiating throughout its interior.
On the river, ships are guided by the red and green buoys which mark them. Red is kept on the left or port, and green on the right or starboard. Unlike British car drivers, ships navigate on the right. The black is known as the monkey boats, because they carry monkeys instead of ship's cats.
As we proceed across the river back to Liverpool, dramatic transformation in the River Mersey itself. It has recovered from being one of the most polluted rivers in Europe in the 1980s to become a haven for fish and wildlife, and a focus for research in recognition of the pivotal role that it played in starting a resurgence of interest in Liverpool's wonderful architecture. Threatened with demolitions to the left of the beautiful buildings known as the Three Graces, which together form one of the most majestic and famous woodcuts that over 9 million emigrants passed through Liverpool between 1830 and 1890 on their way to a new life in America.
the beautiful Liver building, erected by the royal. Tradition has it that if they ever fly away, Liverpool will cease to exist. Tours of the Liver building are available if you wish to see inside this iconic building.
맞아요, 맞아요.